Hello everybody, welcome to Badlands Ballistics. Gonna do some shooting today, bring you guys along. Got a project I've been working on. I did a video on this a week or so ago. Gonna do another video. This is the Tanfolio stainless steel EAA Witness 45 Auto. So if you guys watched my previous video, this guy was shooting to the left just a little bit. It wasn't horrible, but I mean, you know, these guns, I like to fine tune them. I'm planning on carrying this gun on the mountain a lot this fall. Stainless steel, weather resistant. You know, it's got some hard rubber grips. This is going to be my carry gun, so I want to get this guy dialed in. I'll show you what I did on the site. Hopefully you guys can see it. So, whoops, bumped the camera there, but hopefully you guys can see there's a pencil line right on the edge of that tape. And what I did is lined up the pencil line with the edge of the sight. So the trouble with these sights, you don't know how much you move them. So this is how I do it, and it seems to work. Piece of painter's tape on there, pencil line on the edge of the sight, and then you can move the sight. And if you guys can see that, I have not moved it very much. It didn't need very much. So hopefully this thing will be dialed right in. Interesting thing, I had to put this on my vise in my shop, and I had to whack up pretty hard, which is good. That's what I wanted. Just so that sight's not loose in there. So we're gonna give it a couple 3-shot groups and see where it's at. Talk about the ammo we're shooting today. So on the first video, I've got a handful of some cast bullets I cast when I very first started casting. Man, them bullets gotta be 7-8 years old. And I've kind of just been using them to shoot them up, and I use them in the first video just to see where this gun's at. But this is my go-to bullet. It's a little bit different profile. Powder coated, still 230 grains, still going that 850 feet per second range. And here's another bullet that I've got some guns I really like. 200 grain semi-watt cutter, going 925, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I got a few guns that really like this one. The reason I don't go to this one as far as making them cast bullets, whatever, is my FNX will not cycle the 200 grain bullets. So anyway, that's where we're at. These are the two types of ammo we're shooting today. We're going to do a 3-shot group with these 230 grains first, and hopefully our sight adjustment's right. So anyway, we'll do some shooting. All right, let's go have a look at the target. Okay, well, that's the target I'm shooting at. I get so frustrated with myself. I do this sometimes. Here I got two touching each other. Right there, and then one clear the heck down here. That's a loose nut behind the trigger. I don't think that's the gun. We're gonna try that again. Okay, so we're gonna try 3 shots with the 200 grain semi-watt cutters next. I'm not sure why. There is something wrong with the way that I am wired. I do that so much shooting. I'll shoot 2 solid hits and then a flyer somewhere. I don't know what is wrong with me, but that is a trait that I have, and it's coming out today. I mean, even in my rifle shooting, in my long range precision stuff, I'll get 2 together, throw a flyer. That's what happened today. But you can see that the groups definitely moved to the right. When last time I shot it, it was 4 inches to the left. So I think we might be okay with that. But we'll try 3 shots with these 200 grain semi-watt cutters. Okay, we'll go check the target. Interesting thing, I've never shot those wad cutters in that gun, and they seem to function good, so we'll go look at the target. Not a great group on these guys either. So here's 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna call that about a 3-inch group, maybe even slightly over 3-inch. Not great. See, and that's about, well, the last one, now I got my tape measure, that's almost 4-inch with the flyer. So, man, I just think the gun is capable of better accuracy than that. Okay, we're gonna shoot 3 more shots with those 230 grains around those flat points. Hopefully we can get a good group. Okay, let's go have a look. All right, guys, well, this is why you should use new targets, I guess, but this is what I think's going on. So here's 1, 2, and I think there's a third one inside that hole. That hole is so much bigger than these other holes. I think there's a third or a second, and I marked this twice because I marked that in the black and it was kind of hard to see, so I marked it over here. So we'll just kind of go over the group. So here's the first 2 shots, 230 grain semi-wide cutter, and then a flyer down here. And then my next 3 shots was with the 200 grainers was 1, 2, 3. And then my next 3 shots is 1, 2, and I think right there. And that's about 1.5 inches. So we're gonna call this 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1.75 inches. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay, well, we're gonna call that a win. I think what a little bit of a lesson learned for all of us here is, boy, very little side adjustment makes a difference. I was shooting 3-4 inches to the left. I moved that maybe twice the width of a pencil width, and now I'm shooting slightly to the right. Not enough. I'm gonna monkey with it. Another thing that's interesting is, like these 3-dot sight systems, 90% of all the ones I've dealt with shoot low, and I'm not sure why that is. That one's slightly low. If you guys notice, I always use that upside down D for a target. Today I thought, well, I'm gonna try something different. So I tried that 3-inch square, and I was covering the square, which what it did is it lined up the top of the front sight was lined up with the top of the square, and I was able to center it fairly easy, but it was shooting at the bottom edge of that square. I don't know why that is. It kind of drives me crazy because a lot of these guns, I don't know why they shoot low like that. For me, I'm a 6 o'clock sight hold. All my revolvers, my 1911s, 6 o'clock sight hold. But these guns, they don't. They want you to cover the target, I guess. And in a defensive situation, maybe that's better. I don't know that. But anyway, we're going to wrap up the video. I'm just going to dump 10 rounds downrange at the 50-yard gong. See if I can hit it. You guys won't be able to see it, but you should be able to hear it with no problem. We have a lot of fun with that 50-yard gong. That's kind of the deal with, like, when my son comes over and shoot, we're always messing around trying to hit that thing. Is it practical? No. We can hit it more than what you realize. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We're just going to dump 10 rounds downrange and call it a day. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys heard that. That was a hit. Offhand at 50 yards. That's I think that's an 8-inch gong. One out of 10. I need some more practice. Thanks for watching, everybody.